Nocturne. I say they're going to go for the Rek'Sai into the Scion.
All right.
We have seen be quite popular ever since Worlds.
Yep.
Are you going to go Nocturne? Are you going to go Wukong? Looks like they might just cement the Wukong. Still very good with the Orianna. Obviously not that combo that we often see, but yeah, they will lock that one in. And the question is, for Bro, do you take a jungler now? Do you want a pairing with the Lucian? Lucian Braum has been quite popular, but there's plenty of options in Lucian Nami, Lucian Melio. But it looks like they are going to lean towards that Lucian Braum. Braum with the Bandle Pipe, super strong. Saw like in Champions Queue and stuff, Braum was like permaban, but hasn't seen as much presence in the LCK Cup.
Yeah, not so much. I feel like it's been one of those big lacking picks that was considered pretty strong on the outset, but not going to be happening this time around, as Diable not going to have access to his Kalista this time.
I think another factor is some picks do make a little bit uncomfortable for it in lane, and lane prio is really important, but you know, Rakan's been taken away, Lulu's been taken away, so I think they're feeling pretty good about that. Akali, we saw Doran have an absolute masterclass on that in the top lane, of course, but just the power of the pick with that Gunblade is a little bit absurd right now.
Yeah.
Right hand, so that one will be denied.
So not going to see it. One more ban and probably more protection for the Orianna. It will be the LeBlanc. So Roman not going to be able to give Vikla the Showmaker treatment, which I think is probably for the best. As let's see what Teddy is going to be locking away here, as we're looking for a mid laner or a jungle. And Silas going to be the consideration for the moment.
Yeah, I think Syndra's fine though. You know, has that CC for... Yeah, the CC with the stun is quite effective against both Wukong and Rek'Sai, disrupting what they want to do, and also just a matchup into Orianna we've seen for a while. Obviously, since they changed the Q way back when, it's not as punishing as it was once upon a time. I think Orianna does way better than she used to. But you can still hold your own.
Yep.
And look to scale up with all those cool passives you now have.
I wonder whether Kellen is going to risk an Alistar or something like that, as of course Silas could still play the jungle in theory. It will be Diable on his Kai'Sa though, as a response to the Lucian. So it does seem like it's going to be tough in lane.
Yeah, I mean he's good on the Kai'Sa, but the problem is Kai'Sa you want to pair with a CC support, and so you end up picking Alistar, and Alistar into Lucian Braum doesn't really feel too good.
Satu game lagi. Congrats udah official deh, thank you.
A million dashes also seems a little bit worrisome.
Yeah, I mean, Poppy's an interesting one because she got nerfed pretty hard in the jungle, and her clear is painfully slow now.
Satu match lagi, guys.
So keeping pace in the jungle is quite hard as a Poppy, and keeping pace in the jungle is very important.
Bro versus BNK is absolute cinema.
Stuff like Sejuani tends to like to
we
keep
need
a
to
good
see this shit,
game.
bro.
So I think the team fighting power and the value that Poppy has in terms of the
Where is my thumbnail? There it is.
But not the best farmer, and I expect to see Poppy falling behind eventually compared to the Wukong. So more threats, I feel like, on the side of BNK FearX, but I'm a little bit concerned about things like the bot lane matchup, potentially problematic. And also, you know, the Syndra can be a real force later on. Like if the Kai'Sa diving in, you get Syndra ulted. GG.
Tadi keren juga bro bisa menang satu game ya dari BNK ya. Gue kira bakal 2-0.
Is going to continue because we thought that perhaps the Bros were going to have a tough time, and as it turned out, they are poised to pick themselves up their first victory here
I thought they were gonna get like destroyed, man.
Going to be glued, I think, for the majority of the time.
GG though.
It is a scary pick right in his hands. However, in this lane, it's going to be a tough time. So let's see how it goes. All right, here we are, ladies and gentlemen. And already we are trading wards to see who is going to have control, and it looks like it's BNK.
Teddy popped the W to try and get a double shot to kill the ward, but it was just a little too late. That's so sad.
Yeah, a bit of a shame.
That would have been so nice if you got the ward kills early, just such a mental boost, you know?
And infinity more CS than your opposition always feels amazing.
Yep.
All right, but already you can see, I think Teddy's not going to be too worried about it because this lane should be pretty comfortable for them. But, you know, Kellen and Diable have been able to play out lanes like this very effectively in the past, so anything could happen, and Namgung and Teddy are going to still have to play it very, very well in order to make this one happen, but it looks on paper like it should be something that could be quite difficult for this Kaiser Alistair to play out. As already do have some passives being thrown around. The concussive blows is going to be pretty dangerous here. Low range AD carry as well as a melee support.
Clear.
I mean that everyone's going to be stunned up all the time. That's what it kind of feels like.
Yeah, a lot of power as well. I think the thing with the Lucian Braum is in the 2v2, you know, if you don't engage into it, and as long as you keep in good space, like, you shouldn't get bullied out that hard compared to, like, longer range bot lane 2v2s. But I do think one of the things is that if you end up in a skirmish against them, it could be so punishing. So have to be really aware of that. You can see, like, we've seen Alistairs get completely choked out of lane super early. That's not what's happening here. But they are getting pushed in. And if Gideon's ever playing around bot, you know,
sekali tanggal 30-an ya, kita nyicil request doang.
Oh yeah,
early on.
And he is moving towards the bottom side, as we can see. Currently keeping up as far as the farm is concerned, but we have a feeling that that is not going to continue as this game goes on.
Yeah, there was just because obviously we saw Poppy all the time in the jungle, but they slowed it clear down, like a damage to jungle monsters, and also her ult. One of the things that really made it strong was like her ult, when you cancelled it, it went to like a 15-second cooldown, and they changed that to like a 30-second cooldown again. So it's a big reason why we kind of saw her just leave the meta.
Yeah, it was Gideon that had some really good performances on the champion, though.
Yeah,
so, we'll see whether if it's going to be anyone that makes it work. Maybe Gideon is going to be the one.
Yeah, I still think it's playable, and I think in situations like this where, you know, the enemies have a lot of dashes, that's when you want to play it.
Well, Kellen kind of regretting his decision to go in, but yeah, sometimes you just want to press your buttons.
Sometimes you have to resist the edge,
rendah katanya.
Sometimes it's like you're not going to get value out of
Gak kebalik gitu.
Well, he didn't. So you were exactly right there, Ox. Let's see whether he's going to learn from that mistake. As Roar the Slayer coming on through there as Raptor.
SDM rendah mana yang memerlukan device OP buat main gamenya, kocak. Rata-rata player weekly HP bagus-bagus nih. I'll Belgi seru kayak. Serius, masih main kah? Iya, aku LPL juga nggak nonton hari ini. Nanti nonton itu kali ya, klip tar.
Just be a complete menace in the late stages. Just be so hard to deal with. To be super tanky.
Oh, the flash out of the way of the Q. That's a bit crazy here from Clear.
Yeah, and I think there was a sense as soon as Casting started moving towards the river that, like, you know, if he's moving towards the river, not towards his tower, you're like, oh, he's got backup. So Clear backed away, was like ready to commit to the 1v1.
Ini laning kiri tapi team pack masih 50-50.
I think losing Flash isn't the end of the world.
Enggak sih, Oriana Rek'Sai harusnya menang lane sih. Kanan.
But I think we have seen Rek'Sai get into the late game and just
Oriana Rek'Sai pasti menang lane kok.
Compositions just be so hard to deal with. And when you look at Bro's comp, they don't have that. You know, you think Lucian, Syndra aren't like the highest damage for dealing with like a tanky champion.
Harusnya ya.
Yeah, especially when it's a dual threat comp instead of having damage out of the jungle or damage out of the top lane. Like these are two tanks that are just not even really bruises or anything like that. There's a lot of tanky champions that do a fair bit of damage. Sion and Poppy not really going to be those options.
Yeah,
so it's going to be full reliance on Roamer and Teddy.
As a Syndra, you don't really want to be ulting a Rek'Sai as well.
Yeah. Can't you avoid the ult as well by just pressing your Void Rush?
Yeah.
That sounds very rough. Well, we'll see how that one's going to go, because of course Diable can also avoid a fair bit of the damage by using the shield from his Killer Instinct as well. Kellen likely not going to get one shot when he can just pop the Unbreakable Will. A difficult game for Syndra to really work out who to kill. Like, you could also accidentally throw an ulti into a clone. You know?
Don't do that.
There's all sorts of rough things that could happen.
Honestly, I think a big aspect is keeping people accountable, so when people are diving in, you have it ready, and then if Diable does step forward, boom, you know?
Yep, true.
But it's
so far,
I think having an early lead for Bro, I think will pay dividends in this one.
Kapan Syndra Wingdip bisa lempar creep? Kagak usah, ribet. Betul tadi Dogo di Servo gimana, masih best edisi kemarin kah? Masih bagus, dia nge-gap ADC musuh mulu sebenarnya. Cuma jungle div aja. Aduh, pada aku berharap lebih sama Shadow. Dia kayaknya nggak bisa main Jace.
So Shockwave as well as that.
Selamat sore official streamer, anjay. Selamat sore. Kemarin Hanwaled dibully T1 real kah? Real banget. Itu seperti kekerasan itu. Match-nya sama sekali tidak close. Terlalu brutal, itu sangat menyakitkan untuk ditonton.
And you know, the bro and brew, you know, things like this certainly are happening. As now Vikla could be in some trouble as the bros look for the angle. Side flash here from Vikla to try and continue the assault. As Steadfast Presence comes on down, Shockwave to pull back the Poppy. And he does have to flash to get himself to safety. Meanwhile, battle towards the
Kalau
bottom
Akali
side
aku
of the map.
setuju dibikin kayak PC. Soalnya aku suka main Akali jungle.
Able to dish back more than what they
Akali
were
is good. I don't care about Syndra, but Akali change, I'll take that. Sebagai user Akali jungle. Buset. Wah, Diable. Ini nih bos, calon ruler baru nih bos. Ini dia calon ruler baru. Holy shit.
So Kellen hits level 6 as he backs away faster than anyone else, so he can ult and continue the trade here.
Apa tadi jungle Akali? Aku pakai Akali jungle.
And then that re-engage, so good. Teddy out of mana, and Diable flashing for the passive proc. And then here, I also love the ult, because even though he doesn't immediately kill him, he cuts him off, and it allows him to go for the re-dive to ensure the second kill.
Man, just beautifully played. And setting up for, like, that was going to be a point of power for the bros. And now, the opposite is true. So they're gonna have to change their game plan.
Diable yang dari LCK.
Play around some power elsewhere.
Lagi naik down ini Diable.
Double carry compositions work before, but it's so important that your carries are strong.
Yeah.
So now when you're already seeing Teddy down 900 gold.
Oh, Culling to come on through here as Kellen is going to be the one to tank it up. Pulverize onto Namgung as the flash forward to try and lock this one down. Kellen, no unbreakable will, so he is very dead as Teddy continues the fight towards
kena stun. Aduh, shotgun kah? Gak mati? Mati. Okay, Teddy. Let's go. Alright.
As I said, it's completely fine.
Yeah, completely.
Alright, Teddy.
Totally okay, yeah.
Yeah, I think a big factor was, you know,
Teddy is back.
level 6 had come in for BNK4X's bot lane. They'd burned those cooldowns, and then Bro came back with their level 6s, and you saw the culling being utilized, you saw flashes being utilized on the back of that, whereas BNK4X didn't have theirs. It was just good cooldown management, and also maybe a bit of disrespect for the BNK4X
Janji Kaede aku gak stream ya.
having just won that 2v2,
Ada
thinking, hey,
kerja.
we're on top. Well, you know, this is why Lucian Braum is strong. The passive stacking working very well there, and now Lucian with Essence Reaver is a massive spike.
Yeah, and also now has a gold advantage, so being able to swing back that gold, he was 1,000 behind, and now he's almost 300 ahead. So this is a big swing as we check out this fight one more time, and it was just BNK overextended.
Yeah. Hitting the Winter's Bite
Teddy masterclass ini.
Meaning that he has to back away, and the Culling that was blocked there by Kellen, and then Kellen gets stunned up. Teddy here as well. Double auto dashing to continue the passive to the Kai'Sa, and then a great piercing light at the end as well. Just really well played.
Yeah, the Winter's Bite to slow him down at the same time. Namgung actually playing this one pretty effectively as well. And so the bros moving themselves into about a 400 gold lead.
And now, I mean, the Essence Reaver,
Malming mah main kayak
this year was a great
cari beras bro. Malming mah
AD ability haste, but now you get that extra damage, and you're rotating your cooldown so frequently, you're getting it a lot.
Hal of Legend Desai masuk akal sih, bisa jadi.
You know, it used to be the Gale
Dia player paling populer di Cina.
But I feel like the reintroduction of the Sheen effect on the Essence Reaver has been such a boon for the pick. So he's now in a really good position. And Diable, who went for that call,
top lane juga belum ada kan soalnya.
You have to really be careful.
Yeah. Does mean, I mean, we've got
overrated sih Desai, aku tidak setuju Desai dan sumpah. Mending cap saja, mid 2 kali nggak apa-apa.
Gideon is going to make it a little more difficult here for BNK. As Teddy looks to
galak banget Bang Teddy, anjay. Buset nih ulti gak tuh.
Comes down, but the answering ulti is there from Kellen.
Their wave is pretty fucked.
But that is a lot of pressure there towards the bottom side. Is clear.
Rek'Sai is doing proxy farming
between turrets at this point.
because the jungle is in the bot.
He's going to be like behind the enemy nexus soon.
Gideon lagi di bawah soalnya jadi Rek'Sai bisa free farm.
That minion wave as it passes the inner turret. Okay, top lane is just not really doing too
Dia
much.
ada TP.
Teleport towards this bottom side of the map. Okay, it's
steady.
Clear making his way in, but already Kellen is just dead. Double knockup does
Diable
come
gak bisa
through,
masuk
but the
low.
door is in position.
Nice, steady.
And I don't know about that one, BNK.
Bro, is
Having to put
BNK
that in
going
the
to
whoopsie
lose?
column.
Yeah, I mean, Kellen goes in, but
Bro,
with
he's
no
doing
wall, he just
good.
gets demolished. Great flash there from Roma.
Yeah, no shockwave to connect. And BNK, I mean, maybe they found out that Umpty is here in the house, and maybe they're now
Kalau
too
jungle siapa yang cocok buat Hal?
of the bros.
I mean, it seems like
Soft
the
M,
buff is
Levi?
working because, bro,
Levi atau
they get
Soft M
advantage
aku
now,
setuju sih.
2000 gold in the lead. I mean, that bot play went perfectly. They got the TP from Clear
Secara
as well.
popularitas ya.
And yeah, Kellen goes
Kan
in
katanya
without ult,
popularitas
just gets
sama
exploded
ini
by
yang
the
dipilih
Lucian
bukan
bomb.
bukan
And then the peel is
bukan
there to stop the
achievementnya
Rek'Sai as
tapi
well.
seberapa influence dia di role itu. Yeah, Levi, Soft M.
Navori.
Yeah.
I mean, you see here, okay, he actually had the ult. Sorry, I thought it was down still.
Huh. It didn't look like he had the ult. And
Yeah.
level 1
Peanut,
Unbreakable Will
mungkin
just
Peanut bisa.
doesn't hit the same.
Not gonna lie, Peanut can fit there.
Well played there
Yeah.
by the bros defensively, but I think that was largely on BNK overstepping and not finding the angle. As Clear also using
lebih
his
setuju
teleport to get
Levi
towards the
sih.
bottom lane means that he loses a lot of that power from the top side.
I
Has
won't
now put together his
complain.
first item, that Titanic Hydra, is now done. But you can see casting, a couple of waves in the lead, Sunfire Cape done, and so feeling very happy as this Scion. Okay, I still think it's playable here for
Atakan
BNK, as their
dihilangin,
composition
Bang.
does just kind of get better and better as this game goes on. But as you can see here, I mean, Teddy, as he approaches those two items, man, he is getting scarier and
Dan saya lebih
scarier.
gampang nego.
And Gideon is
Silis.
getting to the point where, I mean, he has his first item.
Overrated as fuck.
Yeah, to start diving these turrets as well, if he would like to. As yeah, top lane is just not really interacting in this game.
Yeah, not much they can do to each other. Oh, Gideon doesn't quite get the stun there.
Yeah.
He's going for that Sundered Sky Poppy build we've seen a lot of.
Looks like BNK do not want to mess with this dragon fight. Just not with enough power around the map. Casting it rotated down from that top side as well. An unstoppable onslaught can get him there at a moment's notice. So Gideon going to be able to take this dragon without too much contest.
Gideon emang one trick
Honestly,
Poppy sih
Gideon's done
udah.
a good job of keeping up a farm. Like I said, they
Bro
slowed down
literally
Poppy's
only
play,
can
reduced the
play
damage to
Poppy,
jungle
that's it.
monsters. And I honestly thought that this would be a scenario where Gideon
Berikan Gideon
falls
Poppy
behind the
maka
farm, but
hancurlah
he's got
karir
pace.
kalian.
So doing good there.
And it's not like Wukong is the fastest farmer as well.
Yeah.
I think with more and more items,
Janji
Wukong
aku garis
farms
stream
more
ya.
and more quickly, right? Because you do
Ada
build
kerjaan,
damage
cuy.
compared to a Poppy, but right now, looking absolutely fine here for Gideon. Oh, and there are the quick blades done already. Here
Yeah,
for
big
Teddy.
spike coming through.
So he is 750 gold. And I want to go back to what you were talking about as a possible con for the bros, and that is their two-threat composition. That was the fact that, okay, we've got a shockwave here in the mid lane, the flash forward from Clear, and Roma, he's dead.
Not much you can do there, I'm going to be honest. No flash, you're kind of stuck. Gideon gets stunned, but can't really do more.
Yep.
Oh, sadar
Road
saya.
charge is going to be able to work
Aduh,
there, but now Clear
mati dong.
looking for Gideon.
Oh,
Does
bisa
get
tuh.
the knockup.
Datang.
Comes down. Glacier
Nice.
Fissure is there,
Ambil.
though. That is a decoy.
Go.
And so that
Ay,
is not going to
saya
be the
dong.
prize that the bros are looking
They
for.
did take out that decoy though, that was good.
That decoy was well and truly dead. Yep.
Yeah.
Berarti menurut lo kayak LoL 2 bakal
They
jadi
did
kayak
force them away, get
gimana?
them low, and
Enggak
the
itu,
real extra pressure
nggak
to come
bakal
out
ada
and
LoL
kill.
2,
Casting gets
cuma
some damage
ganti
on this
klien
tower
doang kan
here.
katanya.
But TP's going to come in to defend that.
Yep. Rek'Sai making her way up. And so let's have a look at this one
Jadi
more time. Yeah.
kan biasanya klien sama game misah
where's the
kan,
counterplay?
nanti mau disatuin gitu
especially with the
doang.
Flash.
Especially with a flash from Clear, just there's really nothing you can do. Bit of an unfortunate one.
Apa udah
You
ya?
can see Roman was a bit hesitant, kind of knew it was maybe coming, but once you've walked up, you are kind of doomed. Now should be able to get this Herald. Yep. Can you get the eye though?
Looking for a fight here as Gideon down
Engine
relatively
ya,
low.
engine
Looking
juga di
for
upgrade
Roma.
kan.
Scatter the Weak does come on through. Force of Will throws a blue buff at him. That's pretty cute. But it looks like the eye is just going to go to the wayside. Casting, I think, was considering moving over to try and take it, but BNK, I think, have successfully denied Shelly's presence on the map here in this game number 3. It's a little bit sad. I imagine she probably wanted to participate today, but it's just not happening. Not 3 games in a row. As B&K still defending here towards this bottom side, but they are starting to fight with a little bit more gusto, and the game is very, very even. Another shockwave to come through as Vikla is just gonna find a solo kill, and Gideon going to help finish that one off. And I don't know whether that's exactly going to give you enough back, as now the culling to be thrown towards Kellen and Diable, but the Unbreakable Will soaks up a lot of that damage. Still the bros fighting this one off quite nicely, as now Teddy looks for the angle and does not quite get it towards Diable, but they still need to get out of there. Yeah, I mean, Kellen tacking it up for his 80 carry, but you can see the pressure being applied here by the bro bot lane. They have to back away. I think this might just be the turret. Should be able to pick that one up there. Yep. And despite what's been happening in the mid lane, things still going pretty well for the bros. We're going to check this one out one more time. Yeah, just
solo kill it.
Yeah, so much damage. And in the end, it ends up being more gold for the bros because they get an assist as well. But
aku gak nyangka bakal se-close ini sih bro lawan BNK ya. Bro is
gold on the Orianna, which feels really good.
Wow.
The mental battle as well. Yeah, the mental battle is going well there. The shockwave already doing a lot of damage. Has gone for that Luden, so a lot of burst there. Yeah, we've seen so many Orianna builds.
Aku gak nyangka BNK lawan bro bakal sedekat ini sih matchnya sih.
AP Bruiser.
Bro is doing good.
But this is like, I'm gonna one-shot you, and you have a lot of setup for it, right? You have Wukong.
Posisinya roster paling lemah loh secara kertas ya. Dalam kertas ini rosternya paling lemah loh bro. Literally the weakest roster right now. Holy shit. Bisa bertahan lawan juara ASL. Damn.
With one carry alive. And Roma only has flash to try and get out of the way. Yeah. They do decide to go for an engage. So that summoner spell is going to be so important. As the bros looking for a bit of a fight here, but there is Gideon being thrown around like a rat.
Aduh, Gideon mati.
But a Void Seeker is going to be able to connect to find him. Still the bros looking for the fight. It's not
very nice.
Raptor that dies first. Clay gets into the backline, and so does Diable as the killer instinct comes through. Teddy's died. Captain Rain with him to the grave as it's a double kill for Clear. And now Casting has a very large health bar, but he wants to get the heck out of dodge.
Masih selamat.
Successfully escape. Because he is very difficult to kill at this stage of the game. But B&K win themselves the fight pretty handily.
Okay, the Syndra might be not in the best condition, but at least he not die.
They see a target and they go for it. Like here,
setidaknya Syndra tidak mati.
They know he doesn't have flash. They take him down and
at least Syndra is not die. That was good.
The shockwave. But here, right, even though the Wukong goes down, look what happens to Teddy in this situation. Kellen has the passive stack. Ends up flashing for the stun, and it's both Rek'Sai and Kai'Sa just diving forwards for him. And just like in a moment, the fight is over.
Yeah. And nothing really that Roma could do. He had to just back away towards that top side as they all chased Casting to see whether they could kill him. Turned out the answer was no, but losing 3 for 1 is not what they wanted to see. And now the game is all tied up, extraordinarily even.
Let's go,
here in this game number 3 decider between the bros and B&K. Much closer than a lot of people I think would have expected.
I think this is a problem, right? You'll carry the mid-range, right, with Lucian and Syndra, and they have to do so much. And I think Kai'Sa as well just has so much more sustained damage, so I think they really need to target the Kai'Sa, blow her up as quickly as possible, and then that's really the big chance for the team fights. And I feel like this game, there's still a lot of time left in it, right?
Yeah.
Both teams only a dragon apiece. And gold is dead even at 20 minutes, so...
And it's an Infernal Soul as well, so each of these Drakes that they're going to be picking up from now on are going to feel pretty strong, augmenting the amount of stats that you do have. As now Casting will be able to charge up a cube, doesn't quite hit Vikla with it. Phase Rush helping him out there, as well as Dissonance movement speed. As B&K now parking themselves, as far as the bottom lane is concerned, in the mid lane, just to farm waves over and over again. Next Dragon, 4 minutes, so it's going to be a while before we get a fight around that. Not entirely sure where the next objective is going to be, but you can see Clear having a very good time here towards this top side. We'll be able to wipe out this top lane out of turret. And 2 items already done here for the Rek'Sai.
There's been a lot of struggles just to break the turrets in this game, I feel. Just trying to get through them. Also, Clear going, like, good amount of damage on this Rek'Sai with the Shojin and the Titanic. Like, he is wanting to get on
Let's go, Teddy.
Squishy targets and put the hit down.
Yeah. And I say 2 items completed for the Rek'Sai. I mean, casting does have 2 complete as well in the Thornmail and the Sunfire Cape, so the Scion's pretty scary. But just not quite as scary as what Clear can do if he does make it into the backline as Raptor looking for a wraparound once again. Got to stop saying Rap and Raptor in the same sentence.
16.
Sounds a bit weird. As Q gonna get choked up, so Raptor does get knocked
Go,
down.
Das!
For a bit of an angle, unstoppable
Ulti,
does come
Das!
in
Nah!
as they get rid of the cow. And now
Itu
Nalgong looking
Braum
a little worse
apa
for
nggak tahu
Diable
aura
out this
farming,
fight
oke.
almost completely
Tebel
wrecked.
banget
Great
Wukong
defensive
anjing,
cyclone
gas.
as Kellen goes in.
Anjir,
Nalgong, I
itu
don't know about that
astaga.
flash, but it was aggressive. I like
Cok.
the idea, just didn't
What the
quite
fuck?
work
Why
out.
Wukong
Diable
so
gets
thick?
into the backline, supercharges to get himself out, but I don't know whether
Nice.
that's what he wanted to do. The unleashed power
Teddy,
comes through
help
from the
Teddy,
finger, and Kellen
help
is
Teddy.
hunting down Teddy. The flash in from Clear to finish off the 80 carry. And now Rumor's running for the hills. It is a 2-for-1 so far.
Cok, Wukong build apa anjir, tebel banget.
Well, never mind. Not quite able to get that last hit, but casting not going to be so lucky. As
Guys,
Scatterweek
nice.
comes in and down will go the cow. As
Tebel
Romer is
banget,
on the
Wukong,
board. Speaking of roaming though, Raptor is looking for a bit of an angle as there is Gideon and casting with basically no health at all. It looks like they will be allowed to make it to safety.
Such a scrappy fight, and I think this is still the issue, is that in this one,
Itu harusnya mati BTW. Wow, how the fuck?
But they end up sacrificing so much to try and get Raptor here.
Terus kena lagi Q-nya. Teddy ada. Kena shockwave.
And flashes forward to try and secure
How-
the kill and dies. And then look how much health Teddy ends up losing here.
How is that Wukong
The
not
Kaede goes
die?
in for him.
Diable died. Nice. Got no mana. Kaisa no mana.
And then like you lose one of your carries in this crazy chase, so it's only Roma left who has damage, and you kind of
It's
realize
just-
despite having these relatively healthy tanks,
Sakit
you have to
banget
back away
Rek'Sai.
because you don't have the damage to cut through the Rek'Sai, and Roma needs to wait for cooldowns. So you know, even though you get that exit kill, it's very scrappy, very messy, and I feel like in this chaos, this is where being KPRX's comp works better.
Yeah. They have just a few more things that can do damage. So even though Diable kind of kamikazed in that last fight, it wasn't exactly the end because Clear is just so strong.
That's the thing. If
Masih
you lose
close
the
sih.
Kaisa, you still have so
Apa
many damage
goal
sets.
nya?
If you lose Lucian, it's like, well, what do we do now?
The goal
I mean,
is
can Clear
pretty
just build a
close.
full item? No, not quite. But that's a lot of extra tanky stats. As he grabs himself some health, some magic resist, and some armor. Beautiful.
Okay, we have-
you love to see it.
I on Teddy, which is nice, but he really needs like.
Kukira
Pana
Teddy
item,
versus
like an
Dini.
LDR,
Bukan.
or he's gonna be doing
It's
considerable
not.
damage here.
Yeah, certainly will be able. Like, if he ever starts hitting Diable, for
Ngeri
example,
juga
I mean,
tuh
Diable's
General Teddy lawan
very,
Didi.
very quickly with this item build, but needs to be aiming for the squishies. I think you're exactly right.
Bandar minyak bandar baby oil versus bandar minyak sawit. Aduh salah. Atakan fit dihapus jadi berasa lambat ya game. Sejujurnya tapi aku atakan hater sih, tapi iya semenjak gak ada atakan jadi apa ya, jadi gitu deh, jadi AFK gitu. Tapi aku benci atakan, jadi bingung juga. Tapi kalau gak ada atakan gak seru.
Casting is at least level 16, looking to get that level up as soon as he can, but he is very, very far away from level 17, as you can see. Not a whole lot
Ayo
in that
nanggung.
experience bar, and Clear is most of the way towards
Cepet
level
banget.
18 right now.
Udah hilang lagi.
Halfway, I should say. As alright, Infernal Drake goes over to B&K. Now they're looking for a potential fight here. Let's see what they can actually find. Good knock up onto Diable there from Casting, who's just putting himself in front of the bros like a brick wall standing stalwart. The Commodore is fantastic.
That works. That works. Go, 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 go.
From the fight,
Go, go, go.
Kellen is just
Nice.
trying to distract as best he can, but he goes
What's
down.
that? What is
And
happening?
there's the shockwave, but it's more defensive than anything else, and the bros stand their ground.
That stun from Roma was so good.
Kok nyampe ya? Kukira nggak nyampe itu stunnya Syndra.
As well was phenomenal, and now going towards the Baron. There's a ward though.
The Syndra ult works.
Buying them out, and BK Fearax are moving
Jauh
over.
banget stunnya.
Yeah. Clear coming in with 3 items now
Full
completed.
information, they've seen them move off it, so they don't have to approach.
Yeah, and they're not going to.
What a ward.
That is, that's a powerful one. What are we calling that ward? Kind of want Gary.
Yeah,
Gary the ward.
I like Gary the ward.
Gary was a snail as well. I'm seeing to remember.
He's not got much time left in this world.
No.
Yeah, this stun that comes through catches both the Orianna, the Wukong, and the Kai'Sa as well.
And in the meantime, Clear is in the sky because Poppy catches him. So almost everyone is CC'd in that moment.
Yeah, just really allowed Bro to move forward at their own pace. So, I mean, you can see, right, if Roma and Teddy are playing flawlessly, like the composition can work, they can win the game, but you know, the burden is really on them to make this happen.
And there's a slight gold advantage for B&K. All of that money is on Clear. Every single bit of it.
Okay, my math isn't adding up because they have a 500 gold lead and he has a 2,500.
Yeah.
So.
Aduh, CCI itu di Orianna ultinya dapat, Cinder dapat.
Kind of ridiculous.
Bengong dua-duanya anjir.
Casting a little further away.
Tapi untungnya kita punya ini, punya apa nih, Bro?
And Roma starts to get a bit more items. I think honestly it gets a bit easier for Bro because right now it just feels like the carries just don't cut through the front line quick enough. But once they start to get like Pen alongside like the capstone items, like you already get the IE for Teddy, but once he gets his Pen item completed as well,
yeah,
that's when they can really just pump the damage as long as they survive.
Target selection-nya sih, kadang Bro itu mukulin Alistar gitu.
As Teleport brings the Scion into the fight. Casting is a brick wall once again. We'll be able to slow down Vikla here momentarily, but the Bros not actually looking to start a fight right here. Just going to dash back, look for a little bit of an angle towards this Baron. Another ward in the back of the pit, so B&K with full information that they are not starting it.
This has been such a tense game.
Really intense, and so close throughout the entirety of it.
And the thing is, when you look at the group standings and the matchups between them, I mean, I feel like more so for Bro than for B&K FearX, but this match is important.
Oh yeah.
In terms of, I mean, honestly, I say that, but for B&K FearX as well, when you look at some of the other teams in their group, like, you have to compete with HLE, with D+K, with KT, because you want to be in the top two of your group. Even if, like, if Group Elder wins,
guys, ini baru seru, guys.
So you can go through.
Kenapa LCP gak bisa kayak gini ya?
It's important for them to get as many wins as possible.
Yeah, it's a tough one, especially with how well DK is playing. HLA,
now this is fun.
Those slouches themselves.
Yeah, I think as much as they lost to T1, it was still a 2-1, right? So.
Yeah. And we do put T1 as one of the best in the league.
Yeah, rather good.
Yeah, rather good is probably what we're saying. We are a top 2 region right now from what we expect. But still very early days.
The thing is, we can't even make the joke about what have they done recently, because they won the Casper Cup since Worlds, right?
Yeah, they did.
So we can't even make that joke anymore.
I also think they played pretty well when they were in Vietnam immediately afterwards.
Yeah. Orianna gak butuh Archangel kah? Biasanya bikin sih. Tapi udah ada Luden, dia bikin Luden.
After that, everything looking pretty good. So, let's see whether the Bros can channel some of that, because losing game 1, that's what they did. Just need to now win the next 2, and it doesn't matter what you did in game number 1.
Okay, Dragon in 40 seconds. This is a major point of the game.
Soul point for B&K if they're able to lock this one down. But the Bros, they might just not care and just go kill Baron.
Yeah, they're going for it. I mean, it's 2-man on it. Just get spotted out, though. I think you have to back off. Baron is tanky. You can't just 2-man that if they know you're on it.
Yeah, and immediately they get the information, but Clear is putting the pressure on.
Malas banget liat Rek'Sai split push ya, ngeselin anjir.
That is a 3,300 gold advantage before the tower even goes down.
And Casting doesn't have TP, so you have to send Roma down there. And the thing is, if Clear TP's in, he gets that massive shield. It feels so much better.
Value-nya Rek'Sai sih kayaknya bakal jadi prioritas deh mulai sekarang deh. Soalnya sekarang split push enak banget gitu. But at least I think Bro gonna get aduh, tapi Rek'Sai ada TP, cok. Rek'Sai has TP dong.
As teleports are coming in everywhere as well. Shockwave only hits onto Casting.
It's free, it's fine, nice.
Secured by the Bros, and they just walk their way out. B&K just a little slow.
So obviously, Baron for Dragon, we've seen those trades and often, very often favor the Baron. But the thing is, Baron with so much less gold than
iya,
it used to
bongkar turret, ke bawah, malas
up front, we need to see what Bro do with the buff, right? It's not enough just to say, hey, we got all that gold, we got all that experience, it's enough on its own. We have to see what can they push on the back of this buff, because right now, B&K FearX are 1 away from Soul. Doesn't feel really good to put them in that position. Yeah. Also to mention, Teddy did delay his LDR here. and actually start working towards a GA. So kind of switch things up a little bit here.
Kind of interesting. I actually don't mind it when you've got so, like, the durability on Bro is so high that you can just have Casting and Gideon kind of stand on his body while he's respawning. I feel like you do get a bit of extra value.
I mean, I think the GA is good. It's just, you know, he had that BF sword before. He could have had a completed item for that dragon fight, but I guess it didn't fight, so.
Yeah.
But now you have the Baron. If nothing happens on the back of this Baron, I feel like B&K Fearax are okay that you took it. But if you get structures from it, then, you know,
minimal sih dapat
that's a good reward. You can see the Baron
tier 2
sih. Starting to build up in Bro's favor.
1800 now. Should be getting
minimal 2 tower sih Sion nih.
Items now completed. Steric's Gauge done. Level 19. So close to level 20 for this Rek'Sai.
That's the thing. I feel like when people have level leads, you know, so often you're like, well, they'll hit level 18, they'll stop. Not anymore.
Yeah, no. Level 20, now done.
We have level 20 now. 20, level 20 Rek'Sai.
Level Rek'Sai I've ever seen.
Yeah. And especially with things like Steric's, there are certain items that scale extremely well with base stats. And Steric's is an example. Because obviously you get the AD based on your base AD, which keeps going up to level 20. So an item that definitely syncs well with the fact that you can go beyond level 18. Do have the GA completed for Teddy now. But yeah, I mean, it was more gold for Bro, but 1.68 gold isn't like a crazy amount. They didn't get that much in terms of structures.
And B&K, before the Baron went down, actually increased their gold by a lot. Oh god, okay, Roamer is likely to just dead.
That's not good.
No, I'm going to put that in the comms column as well.
Bentar, kok dia ada di situ ya?
Not quite working out because you'd mentioned 2-threat comp. Now it's 1 threat. It's just Teddy. And the Baron that they were going to try and use to push down and get structure as well.
Why is Roman? Wah, gue sakit banget damage-nya.
Had a minion wave there,
that was really cool.
saved Diable's life, as now the fight is on for real. Remember, the Roamer is not there. Casting moving in.
Go, Sion!
But remember, this Rek'Sai is so
Go, Sion!
Still, it is
Back
going to be a
pendapat
kill
Vikla.
on
Nice.
Wukong.
This, gas.
Is clear, but there are the knockups from Kellen.
Anjir. Wah, Diable. Wah.
Remember whose year it is, ladies and gentlemen.
Nice. Wah, Sion. Anjir, carry cowok casting.
But casting, he's the last man standing on this side, and he's not going to be able to stop Vikla this year.
Bro, trying to find the fight 4v5.
Bro, seimbang kedua tim GG sumpah.
Reminds them it's his year, and Roma just caught out in a pretty uncomfortable
Kecuali mid lane ini. Why is Romer doing actually? Like what the fuck?
You can do in this 1v1.
I don't know what Romer doing, but that was weird.
Yeah, but oversteps a little bit.
Tuh, damage sakit loh sih.
Think we can do it because the Kai'Sa's super low, barrier down. They try and make the fight. Teddy gets so much damage down here. You can see now this 4.5 item Lucian.
Sion juga sebenarnya kenapa gak peeling Teddy aja ya? Itu overcommit ke backline kejauhan gak sih? Dia acak-acak Rek'Sai, cok.
And Teddy does respawn and finish off the Kaisa, but
it's just not enough.
Yeah. And now, state of the game. 45 seconds until potential sword.
Teddy is good though.
The gold is basically even. And a lot was burned. We actually
Late
have a
game
Seeker's on guard for Teddy. So
late
he's like,
game
my
Lucian.
I need something to keep me alive.
Look at this late game Lucian. Harusnya tugas Syndra ini late game.
Regular for a Kaisa, but it is a more
My Syndra is trolling.
So yeah, I mean, they're just investing. I mean, why not? You're a 6-slot champion, right? With the 80 carry quest, so you have the space for it. It could be the clutch item here. Oh, casting might have caught them.
Yeah, see whether he does find the angle as Teddy. Oh, Culling not really doing anything much of anything at all to Vikla. As, oh dear, the Rek'Sai on the flank angle looking for Teddy, has to settle for a knock-up on the casting as the 2-man shockwave does come on
Ultinya
forward.
gak kena, Poppy.
Doesn't do too much of anything at all. But the pros, they stand tall. Health bars looking a little worse for Web. They are all still alive.
What is this banger match?
Still remaining as Clear looks for a little bit of an angle here.
Kenapa match yang ini sangat banger sekali? Ayah!
Cyclone's massive and the killer instinct from Diable as he gets into the backline, wipes out the bottom lane immediately. And there is Clear finding Gideon.
Udah Infernal Soul pentakill kah? Oh enggak, quadra kill.
Looking for the angle onto Roma, who is now the only one still alive. And that was the opposite of what happened in the last fight, but that may spell the end of the game as BNK. I mean, it took them a while this time around, but it looks like they are going to be able to take down the pros here in this series.
And Raptor coming in clutch, you know, found that pick on Aroma previously.
Hanwha Life di carry BNK sih.
That was quite a dangerous game. That ult is still available.
Hanwha Life di carry anjir.
He broke his arm guard, so he does
Di
need to
carry
be very
BFX
careful.
cok. Win streak anjir.
Whether Roma's going to be able to do anything. There go the Nexus turret. Teba pulverized from Kellen as they celebrate.
Holy shit, BNK. BNK win streak anjir. Hanwha Life di carry.
They made him work for it.
And you know what?
Bro, this team is carried Hanwha Life so hard. What the fuck?
I'm feeling pretty great about it. It is the year of Vikla.
Baron group is actually last.
Good one. So what happened to this guy?
It was a 2-1 in all 3 games. I think he had some pretty monstrous moments.
Oh my god, BNK. Sumpah, please jangan ganti roster ini. Rosternya BNK sempurna.
You know,
BNK roster is already perfect. Don't change it, please.
I think this team really can be unleashed because you know we saw the bot lane.
Ini roster udah sempurna sih BNK sih. Gak usah gonta-ganti sih udah.
Then yeah, power to them. And bro, I think what's gonna really feel unfortunate is that game 1 they were in control for so long and couldn't follow through. And this game as well, there were some good moments. But BNK Firax, I think definitely were favored in most opinions coming into this, but bro putting up a good fight, but just wasn't enough to get over the finish line.
BFX versus tim baru nih. Solo aja.
And BNK were together for the entirety of 2025.
Bro.
So there is certainly some growing pains
BFX,
that
let's
going to be
go.
going through and could be coming back stronger.
Carry elder group nih bos.
A better performance. I mean, I would say the bar was low, but definitely a better performance than we saw before. Gideon had a pretty good day. Was having some great, especially the vibe.
Ayolah, Diable. Enggak sih, BNK tidak boleh ganti roster. Please, Firax, pertahankan ini roster emas ini. Ini kalau potensinya dibiarkan bisa world champion ini.
You know, the LCK Cup, you don't have much time to sort things out.
Oh iya, benar sekali. Sayang sekali aku tidak bisa menonton Genji walaupun aku fans berat Genji semenjak tahun 19-an ya guys ya. Aku fans Genji banget sebenarnya nih, tapi aku tidak bisa menonton, tidak bisa live stream ya. Aku harus mandi. Terima kasih yang sudah menonton, jangan lupa like dan subscribe. Bye.